Right, there we go. Anyway, I do. Hot and but guess we'll have to Julie. Anyway, welcome to this. I don't. Shut up. I just need to delete. Okay. Delete. I'm actually deleting part one of this week's Q Weekly. Delete. I want to delete. I'll delete it very soon. Do you prefer Thimbles or the Roland Mo show? I don't know if I've seen Thimbles, but I've seen Thimbles in my childhood. But the Roly Mo show, I really don't know. Why isn't it deleted? Oh yeah, I remember. Why isn't this message deleted? Oh, there we go. I'm gonna guess the internet connection is really low. But it improved a little bit. It because I've got a new TV set, and it used to stand. It used to stand, but now we have it hanging on the wall like a painting. Okay. Did you know that? Did you know that Heathcliff was ducking your country? Huh. Never heard of it. My mom is calling me. I'll be right back. Ah, sorry about that. I just need to bring power bank. Excuse me. Okay, never mind. Okay, never mind. It's, perhaps I could get it lower. Oh, that's too low. Perfect. Okay. Oh, and in case you didn't know, StreamYard has left is no longer in beta, and they've released the final version. Wait, you can! You can! If you want. You don't have to listen to her. Please come back. Did you know that your country has made several dubs of Caillou? I didn't know that. Why must you listen? Why must you listen to her? It's like if you were brainwashed or something like that. Okay, this is another cartoon question. Do you prefer the English dub of Caillou? I don't know, but I've never watched the that series on Jim Jam. Or I should say, Forza Jim Jam, because so we have an autonomous Polish version. We used to have a local feed, but now we have an autonomous version owned by a commercial TV company. I guess it's not gonna. I guess no one's going to watch it. Oh, by the way, look at this. That's right. I changed the taskbar theme and also the desktop background. As you can see, it is a St. Andrew's Saltire. That is because today is St. Andrew's Day. And St. Andrew is the saint patron of Scotland. Would you say that Mini Mini Plus is a Polish version of Tiny Pop? It said Minimax. Minimax is actually is now Teletoon Plus. There we go. I've corrected you. I don't know because there are different. Because okay, here's the thing. Tiny Pop is owned by Sony, and Mini Mini Plus is owned by the Canal Plus group. So one is owned by a British company, one is owned by a French company. So so it could be like that, but they're somehow distinct. Oh, hey, Truce. You may notice that I'm speaking with a with my best Scottish accent. It's because today is St. Andrew's Day. So, there's one to wait. There's one, no, to all people mm, mm, from Scotland. I just want to wish you a very happy St. Andrew's Day. Here's another one. What are your favorite shows that aired on Mini Mini Plus? I'm gonna say My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. What else? Word World. I really like that. I like this. And there's also Martha Speaks. You got to watch that. It's very cool. Uh, what else? Couldn't think of. Couldn't think of one. I think that's about it. I think that should be it. So Word World, uh, My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, and uh, Martha Speaks. Oh, Truce has a question for me. Have you ever heard of a new cartoon called Amphibia? Of course I have. Of course I have. Igor told me about it. And every time mentioned Word World. Was Word Girl ever dubbed in your country? Uh, I haven't watched it, so I can't answer it right now. Okay. So it's gonna be, well, I'm afraid it's gonna be very short. Very, very short because UVM and Truce have some time. And gonna stay here for a limited time. What else? Okay, I had another question. What on the Hotel Transylvania franchise? It is okay. I've only want I've only watched one film, and to be honest with you, I haven't watched the sequel yet. I haven't watched the sequel. But, do you prefer the 1986 or the 2015 version of Inspector Gadget? Uh, I've watched the 86 version on TV in my childhood, but I've only seen clips of the modern one. So for now, I'll go for both. Okay, so let's say I have a Q&A from the start. What are your favorite shows that aired on Nickelodeon Poland? I would say SpongeBob is is now some memorable scenes here. I also I also like Cat Dog, and so it's so many shows that I've watched. By the way, I was just typing the messages on Hangouts. Okay. Did you know that Pocoyo was dubbed in your country? Oh, I didn't know that. I've only watched parts of it on TV when I was a lad. But right now, I plan to watch Pocoyo in my native language. And so I've watched it in Hungarian. I've watched it in Russian, also in English. What's your opinion on B movie? Oh, that is a good question, mate. Uh, let's see. I think it is. I think it's one of the. I think it's one of the greatest DreamWorks animation films of all time. I really like this line. You like jazz? Uh, if I had, if I wanted to voice Betty, I'd say it with this accent. If it was from a Scottish actor, you like jazz? Did Full House ever air in your country? I never heard of Full House. Some research on that. Full House. It's okay. Let's see. Full House, an American television sitcom created for ABC. I think it's a sitcom. Yeah, it is a sitcom. Yeah, was an American television sitcom created by Jeff Franklin for ABC. Well, I actually watch clips from the sitcoms, usually American ones. Well, there's a sequel series that premiered on Netflix. It's called Fuller House. What's your opinion on Turbo? Turbo, as in the another DreamWorks film, or the character from the Wreck-It Ralph. I'm gonna guess the DreamWorks film. Uh, it was it's okay. I don't really watch it. I've only watched it once, maybe twice. I don't know. Let's see here. Was the CGI Garfield show ever dubbed in your country? I think it was. I've watched it when I was a lad. I've watched a couple episodes when I was when I was when I was a wee lad. Ha! I knew it. I knew it because there's a racer in Wreck-It Ralph with the same name. And you may know this because he was disguised as King Candy. But I remember that because I watched Wreck-It Ralph and watched Wreck-It Ralph lots of times. I actually like this. Excuse me. Oh, it's another question. Did you know that Jakers, The Adventures of Piggly was dubbed in your country? Of course! I've watched it when I was a wee lad. Okay. Pardon me. I don't know why. I don't know why did I burp. I don't know why did I burp all of a sudden. I usually do that. But that doesn't matter. Would you say that British cartoons are not popular in your country? Uh, I don't. I don't really know because if you remember, in Shrek, and there are different versions of Shrek. Uh, I've mostly watched the Polish version, and and you may not believe me because in the original version, they and there is a reference to a children's song, "The Muffin Man," and, and some of you might remember this. Do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man? Do you know the Muffin Man who lives in Drury Lane? You will remember this. But in the Polish version, it was changed. Uh, there's the Czech cartoon, which featured two two protagonists. Two protagonists. Have you heard that Pixar is making new films called Onward and Soul? Oh, I haven't. They made news of the media news about it. I don't know how it's gonna be. How are they gonna be? But we'll see. Did you know that the Super Mario World cartoon was dubbed in your country? Oh, I didn't know that. I mostly watched it in English. And there's some, and it is the most popular source for YouTube poop videos. Mm, like the Wheeze or or the Wheeze or I don't know. They made YouTube. This one was making YouTube poops with this, and the episode that is the most is really famous of it. Famous from it is titled Mama Luigi. You need to watch it. It's on YouTube. Can you speak Slovak? I I can't right now, but I'll plan to learn Slovak. And as I gotta be honest, the Slovak is really different from Czech and Polish in a way because it is a it is a Slavic language. And just like Ukrainian, Belarusian, and Russian is. But I speak a wee Gaelic. I mean a brown Gaelic. I can say how are you in Gaelic. Kimra Hajif. By the way, there are some words in the English language that originated from Gaelic. For example, whiskey, it comes from the word ushkabeha, which means ushkabeha, which means water of life. In the translation, now some words like there's like Keely, Glen, and even Loch. Yeah, and Gaelic is a Celtic language, just like Manx, Breton, Cornish, Irish, and even Welsh. There you go. There you go. If you haven't heard it already, I spoke. I said some and words in Gaelic. It's actually Scottish Gaelic. Okay, any more questions? No? Sadly, I have to end it because Julian and Ray are absent from the very beginning. And so, if you missed the stream, you can watch the replay of it if you want. And, and for all new members to my channel, make sure to give my videos a thumbs up and comment below what do you think of those, and be sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you won't miss new content that I post. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll join me next week, and hopefully they'll they'll be here next week. Right. And thank you for watching. Happy St. Andrew's Day. And I'll see you next week. Until then, but before we go, here's my performance of Auld Lang Syne. It's a cappella, by the way. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be and a Auld Lang Syne? For Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take a cup o' kindness yet, for Auld Lang Syne. And there's a hand, my trusty fear, and gives a hand o' thine, and we'll take a recht good weary wacht for Auld Lang Syne. For Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take a cup o' kindness yet, for Auld Lang Syne. Anyway, again, thank you for watching. Happy St. Andrew's Day, everyone. Well, to those who live in Scotland, I'll see you next. Jacob Bear. Ha!